Welcome back to the Three Amoebas podcast. We are starting off on a little bit more of a somber note than usual. As you've heard, Damar Hamlin unfortunately had a heart attack on the field and had CPR and all the unfortunate events that have happened from Monday night's game. We're not going to talk too much about it because we're obviously not experts. There have been many amazing people who have talked about it. I think that everybody in the whole situation can only handle it as good as they can. It's happy to see that they didn't continue to play and that they let their players go and be with their family and loved ones. But yeah, I don't think that there's much to say on it other than like our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family and his teammates. And you hate to see this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, you're just happy they stopped the game. I was really worried that they weren't going to make the right decision there. So happy they stopped it. And yeah, just thoughts and prayers out to him and his family and hope that he can recover from this.
Yeah, second that, man. Very sad to see. It's nice to just see like the humanity of people. Everybody was mourning, and that's what everybody was talking about. It's nice to see like a collective group of people care so much for an individual that had a tough situation. So
I thought it was really cool on social media. I saw all of the NFL teams change their avatars to like his number in jersey. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, like in solidarity of like, hey, we are maybe against each other on the field, but this is a brotherhood through and through if you've been in the NFL. So that was really cool.
100%.
And I think it's only proper that we get to talk about the game that he loved and played. So I think it's only right that we go and do what we do here and talk about football. And what a wild week of football. But I think we should start with college football. And we should, I think, just let Chris take this one because, as many of you know, he is a Michigan fan through and through. And he may not have had the best, what was New Year's Eve, maybe?
Hey,
Yeah.
remind me what you said about the TCU Horned Frogs.
I believe I said that Michigan should destroy them.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely overlooked them a bit.
Like everybody.
Like everybody. I mean, everyone was, and I should have seen the writing on the wall because of that, because like every article out there, every talking head, it was all talking about how, yeah, TCU's good. They're having a great year, but they're about to run into a wall. And so earlier in the week, I got some wings to go from a bar that I've never been to, but it's in walking distance of my place. And when I go in to pick up, I know there's Michigan shit everywhere. Like there's helmets on the bar, there's flag. I'm like, damn, I think this is where I'm supposed to watch the game. So New Year's Eve rolls around. It's getting to game time. I head over, dressed to the nines in Michigan shit. Go and get a table. And I immediately regret going out in public for this game because I can't scream at the TV with the vitriol that I normally do. I had to be on my best behavior, which was fine at first. I don't know if how in depth you guys sat through that game, but the very opening drive, Michigan charged down the field, got right to the goal line. And I'm like, fuck yes, I am ready to see this all afternoon. This is great. They get stopped at fourth down right on the line, and I'm like, go for it. But in my head, when I wanted them to go for it, I thought they were going to jam Donovan Edwards up the middle, and if he gets the touchdown, great. And if not, oh well, they're starting their drive right on the goal line. Instead, they pull some Philly special bullshit that doesn't even work. And next thing you know, they're getting downed on the 9-yard line. So not only did they not get it, they also did not force their back to the end zone. And so that's when I first was like, oh shit, because that's not good that's not how you build good chemistry for the offense.
No.
Then the TCU offense comes out. And it looked like every dude just did a line of coke before coming onto the field. They were hyped. Like they wanted it so bad, and they played like that all game. They played with so much heart. And so, of course, I only lasted till about halftime before I was like, I need to get the fuck out of this bar.
Literally.
And luckily I did, because it started bringing them some good luck. I went back home, watched the rest of the game here, got super excited, thought for sure we were making a comeback. JJ made a couple mistakes. Harbaugh made some play calling mistakes, like that opening fourth down. But ultimately, I think most of this loss rests on the shoulders of the defense. Defense could not stop TCU. TCU was, for the most part, doing whatever they wanted on offense. And so shout out to them. They played their hearts out. They played a great game. They deserve to be in the national title. And I was heartbroken after that game. And I thought, you know what? At least later, I'll get to watch Georgia beat the shit out of Ohio State. And the night went on, and that game started. And I started getting real scared, because as I was watching, my biggest nightmare scenario was about to play out.
Yeah.
Michigan got eliminated, and now I was about to have to watch Ohio State undeservingly go to the national title through Georgia.
Undeservingly would have been a stretch.
Yeah, that would have been a stretch, but okay. I don't want to hear.
I mean, in that game, did they play well? Yes. I would actually say that that's the first game that I was actually impressed with CJ Stroud. It's the only time I've been impressed with him.
Balled out.
He played a great game. I say undeserved because they got their ass beat right before, and it's Ohio State, of course. So later in the night, we're out bowling, and every single big ass screen at the bowling alley is that game. And I gotta tell you, my bowling game was not on point. I was just watching Ohio State rack up point. I mean, they looked like they were gonna run away with that game at a certain point. And so you guys can imagine just how much of a giddy little bitch I was right at the end when they shanked that field goal.
Oh my God.
I was jumping up and down in that bowling alley like a drunk little girl.
No, you
And then I was actually bowling with a guy who's a big Ohio State fan. So the first thing I did was turn to him, laugh in his face, and said, "Now we're both losers."
You're such an asshole.
So, okay, I will tell you this. TCU has no chance against Georgia if Dugan.
Say that shit again, Alex.
Hold on. Hold on. Sure, they have a chance. They're going to the championship. I'm saying if Dugan goes 14 for 29 and throws 225 yards, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. Georgia's too good of a team to let that happen. What happened with Michigan, though, you take away those 2 pick sixes, that's a completely different ballgame.
100%. You take away those 2 pick sixes, Michigan wins. You also, there was a pretty controversial no touchdown call that Michigan had.
100%.
Clear as day, a touchdown.
Yep.
I will argue to my death that is a touchdown. However, I'm not giving them any excuses for when they go to punch it in on the goal line to fucking fumble it right there. That's just horrible.
And it was like really rough too, because it just kept like looking like Michigan was gonna make the comeback. It was just like, cool, hey defense, the offense let you down, but you've been doing it for us all year. Give it to us. Like, give us one fucking stop.
Yeah. And when they finally did get that stop at the end of the game, it was too little, too late.
Way too little, too late. Yep. Because it was like touchdown. It was just like they kept inching.
It was very fast.
And then touchdown, and then they inched closer, and then they got within like 4 points. And then couldn't. Yeah.
And then they had to close the gap again.
Yeah. And then it was just like, I didn't watch the very beginning, but I watched like the second half. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? 16-6. I was like, what is right? They're 21-6. I was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of that Michigan team probably went back home with a lot of what ifs, with like 4 or 5 different points in that game. But at the end of the day, TCU deserved it. They played like they wanted it more the entire game.
And I think that's the thing, though. You have to have that, like, especially in like college football. And that's one thing I think like you like really about it. Like you can be the favorite and be like they were supposed to kill him. All it took was just a little bit more heart, a little bit more like
Mhm.
want, drive, and they fucking brought it. Because like they
Yep.
still are all talented, just at a littler program. Like not that TCU is not a little big it's a big program, but like let's just look at Michigan and TCU, two different
Comparatively, yeah.
And then
they don't
also,
stack up.
I want to ask you this real quick because Texas and Oklahoma are going to the Big Ten. Yeah.
No, they're
Oh,
going
and
to the SEC.
SEC.
USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten, which I'm excited about because they're going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, because I'm
See,
and I'm
lose to
just-
fucking Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was hey Tulane, good for them, man.
Let's go.
What a year they've had too.
Yeah,
but,
what a crazy.
But come
okay,
on, you're USC.
Yeah, right. Also, okay, so Texas and Oklahoma are going to the
SEC.
Mm-hmm. And they couldn't even come close to winning their division. I don't understand how, like, sure, for a couple years Oklahoma was the number one clear favorite in the Big 12. Yeah, I guess it's the money.
It is money.
You're not wrong.
I don't know if I sent this to you guys, but and I don't know how accurate it was, but there was like this graphic that came out last week of all the most highly valued college football programs, and Texas was number one with the most amount of money. So it's just a money thing.
It's a big program, and they go into a bigger situation, which more people will want to come to them because they're going to go play against big schools like SEC schools. Like, there's a lot of things that changes. I mean, that's probably why a lot of people choose just to go out to like the Big Ten or the SEC over the Pac-12. Or
and also with the people are being added to the Big 12, right? Like BYU is going to the Big 12, and like
those ones are confusing.
BYU and a few others.
Yeah, there's like a couple teams going there.
Why is Iowa State not in the Big 10 but is in other things? So not for football, but they are for like, I know they are for wrestling. I know they are for other things.
I don't know.
I think wrestling's one of those sports where not every big school has a program, so there may not be enough. I don't know. There may not be enough Big 12 competition for them in wrestling, so they have to go to a conference like Big 10, which is huge for wrestling.
Big 12 is pretty good, actually. Surprisingly,
really?
Not. Oklahoma State,
but Iowa State wrestles in the Big 10 conference of wrestling.
Yeah,
interesting.
Weird.
Just their football is Big 12, I think. I'd have to you can verify that, but that's always been my curious. Like, why?
Yeah, they kind of got smoked this season.
Who?
Iowa State.
Yeah, they were good last year, but anyways,
they lost a lot of people.
And how does it feel, Jay, to have to be a fan of a team that has the only loss in 2023?
Who?
The Ohio State.
Technically, that was right at the hit of midnight. So yeah.
Technically, they are the only team to have lost in 2023.
That was the one nice thing that I had while I was crying over the loss. When I've been on TikTok the last few days, my For You page has been nothing but Buckeye fans celebrating the new year, like, oh, what the fuck? Because it happened literally within a split second of each other. The ball dropped and that kick happened.
I don't understand too, because I would have thought a lot of Michigan hate, but I've seen a lot more Ohio State hate.
What do you mean?
Like making fun of Ohio
that was
State.
botched as fuck. You didn't even get close. At least Michigan got their ass whooped, or like we're looking down.
Yeah, they
like Ohio State was carrying the game. They were TCU, and then instead of finishing, they lost off a botched kick. Like it wasn't like it was like, oh, it just a little left, slightly right. Nope, it was shanked. He choked. Like dude choked.
Damn.
That's what it is.
Well, there's that, and on top of it, I mean, if you were to take 50 random college football fans who have no ties to either program, but you said, hey, which one do you dislike the most? Most people are going to choose Ohio State. They don't like the cockiness, the whatnot. Like that kicker who shanked that, everyone was talking shit to him because he was super cocky about a game-winning kick he had last year against Utah. So more people are just going to tend to hate on that.
He's going to get heat. He will not be with Brooklyn. Poor guy. Sorry, dude. You lost, but that kind of fucked up. But that was all good. Alex and Chris, too. Reason why I love Ohio State so much is just because it drives you fucking nuts, and I have ties to them, so I can't like them like that.
And I think it just goes to show too. Rose Bowl, Penn State, Utah.
Yeah.
And Penn State, Utah is supposed to be the best school coming out of the Pac-12. Supposed to absolutely, and then here comes a Big Ten school, beats them by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's just one of those. I mean, yeah, I'm biased. I'm going to tell you that the Big Ten would beat the shit out of everyone
Right
in the
now.
the Pac-12.
I think years ago, no. Like in the early thousands, like mid thousands. That's when like USC was doing
Depends
really
on
well
which.
with Reggie
Yeah, it
Bush.
depends on
Like,
the program.
You had
yeah.
Cal with Aaron.
USC, I mean, USC was super good. Cal was pretty good, and then
Yeah.
a lot of the SEC. That was what SEC's like power run between like.
And then you
Florida.
had
Then
I
they
think you had
fell off, and Oregon got good.
and then you
Mhm.
had you even had ASU good there for a minute when they had those quarterbacks come
USC
through.
ranked like fourth. That
Mhm.
one got to fourth.
In the eight, in
It'll
the
be
80s,
interesting to
90s.
see what they do this coming year now with this super young head coach who has ties to the local area and whatnot. We'll see what kind of recruiting he can do.
Yeah. I think that covers college football now.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. It sucks, but you know what? We'll get to watch a good game. Purple.
Yeah.
And
So what's your predictions, boys?
I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go TCU because why not go with the underdog?
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for TCU. I'd love to see that, like Justin said, Cinderella story. But obviously, I think the favorites are going to be Georgia. In fact, I think the spread is almost 14 points.
Holy crap.
But I would love to see TCU go out there with another chip on their shoulder and get it done.
Yeah, I think Stetson's not going to get beat, so I'm going with him.
He looked good.
Yeah, he did. He somehow just keeps looking good.
He's 25. He's had all that.
Yeah,
experience.
he's basically
an
NFL quarterback playing
he's
college.
old as fuck, bro.
Did you see there's a 29-year-old college football player who's
Yeah.
he's in the transfer portal for his final year of eligibility and it's like, what
the fuck? Go have kids, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
He might, honestly.
Yeah, he might.
A lot of these NFL draft picks already have kids when they're getting drafted, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had kids.
Which is very interesting to see that. Yeah, Tulane beats him by 1 point. That's funny.
The young dumb
right at the end,
just getting really famous, and they know it, and someone's gonna latch on, wrap their legs around him, and tell him you ain't going out. They're kind of just fucked. Like, if you know someone's going, seriously, not that everybody's like that. There's not, but out there's people like that got caught, just like being like cocky with it, or just finished doing dumb shit and been like, oh, I didn't think that would happen.
Oh, 100%. But you just reminded me. Have you guys heard? And then did I send you the potential scandal down in LSU?
No,
what happened?
So they were in the SEC championship, right? In Georgia with Georgia.
Yeah.
That's in Atlanta. Apparently, I think he's a defensive back. And a few coaches had a gangbang with this woman who's also, I don't know her role, but she works with the football program as well. And that happened in Atlanta, and so he wasn't in the bowl game. He had announced actually that he was staying at LSU, and then like a few days later he announced, oh, actually I'm declaring for the draft. And basically the rumor is that LSU was like, yeah, we need you to get out of here. And so that's what has him declaring for the draft and everything. And he Brian Kelly nixed him from media availability because they knew that the media was just gonna question him on it.
That is wild, bro.
Yeah. If it's true, that's crazy.
Thank you so much for good for him. Good for him,
the boys. Dude. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Good for the boys, right?
If she was into it, I guess. I mean, people do weird shit all the time.
Dude,
yeah, it sounded like it was a consensual situation. It was just
they're just like,
it's just not good PR for your footall program that a player is in some sort of group sex scenario with coaches.
That's hella funny. And it's like what was it? Some comedian was talking about like conspiracy theories. And he was like, if you don't think that they lie to you, I lie to my kid all the time.
Yeah,
True.
Of course they lie to your ass.
And so
Yeah, I
it's
know
like
what you're
when you
talking
come
about. I've
up
seen it
when
on
you
like
come up with
Facebook.
when you come up with a conspiracy theories like this, or like not maybe not conspiracy theories, but like rumors like this, I'm like, no, but I'm like, you know what? You're not probably wrong. Like,
They probably lie to us all the time.
yeah,
Anyway, we're not political, so
no, but this I was talking about the NFL, bro. I was talking about
that
like
too.
they are like, they're probably lying to us all the time about how they fix games. Come on. They fix games. And I think
we could have a whole
we
episode
could
on
have a whole
this in the
episode
off season. Because I don't know, I don't really buy the whole fixing games thing with the NFL,
yeah,
but
whatever,
we
man.
can get into it one day.
Yeah, we'll get into it one day, but also good for those kids. Well, this is the last thing I'll say about college football, but good for those kids for getting NIL deals now, and they can make money because how many of them are actually going to make it fully in the NFL to where you get contracts year after year after year?
This sets them up for
Right.
success at a young age. And
a lot of the ones that know they're destined for big NFL draft paydays and whatnot are doing a lot of charitable work with that NIL money. So
they're
it's
just taking
great
some of
to
the
see.
money and then giving it away.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good for them. That's what I like to hear.
But it shows like how they care, and like that it wasn't ever all about the money. It was just the pure fact of getting paid for their likeliness of their name. Like, with that being said, do you think they'll ever bring the NCAA game back?
Yes, it's coming back. They keep fucking delaying it though, and it's pissing me off. But yes, it'll
like,
come back.
I want to play as Michigan.
No, honestly, the college football game
is
the
fun.
best sports video game ever
and then
created.
like the mini games with like the mascots and stuff like that.
Yeah, the mascot games. Yeah.
I just
love the
like
whole recruiting aspect of it
Yeah.
and everything too. It's a lot more
play
fun
some
than
high
that.
school games, and then you got to fucking go into
Mhm.
college, you get drafted. I like TCU a lot as a school because when I used to play as a kid, that's the school I always got drafted to in whatever one I used to play, and I just kept going to there.
Hell yeah.
They have
So,
some cool colors.
The purple.
I love the purple and black.
Yeah,
I always play
slick.
running back. That's my favorite thing because you just stick on that and then you just run.
He's like, yeah, just
Fucking love
well, I think we should go from one ball to the next, and that's basketball.
it.
And Jay, I think you had some stats. I'm not the biggest basketball fan, so I'm gonna hand it over to you, man.
I mean, yeah, we all got stats. I think the biggest one that Chris want to talk about, you can tell he's all red and passionate already about his Pistons. The red hot Pistons getting in some fights. They look like they're dirty ones from the what? Was it the 90s?
Yeah, the bad boys.
Yeah, the bad boys.
Yeah,
it was actually it's funny. It was like the other guy involved was also a guy I'm a fan of, Mo Wagner, who went to Michigan. And so, I was cool with both sides. What?
They knocked that dude out, didn't they? Like hit him in the back of the head and some shit. And he just like
I hope not.
it was the Magic, right? Is who they're
yeah, it was the Magic.
Yeah, that dude got knocked out.
Well,
Because
maybe
they hit him in the back like the skull.
Yeah,
He fucking
maybe.
You shouldn't.
No, it's not maybe. It's a fucking for sure. That dude got knocked out.
Damn.
Well, suspensions have been made. Killian Hayes is missing a few games, and I'm sure Mo is as well. But yeah, that was exciting. That was, you don't see that kind of shit a lot in the NBA, especially nowadays. So it was exciting. And I'm really hoping that the Pistons actually just suck the rest of this year, because if we could get the number one pick, I can't even pronounce that guy's last name. Wembenbaya.
Yeah, 7'1" shooter. God bless.
Man, you pair him with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Ooh, we're gonna be good. So I kind of hope they suck.
They just pass the ball to him on the outside and he shoots threes. No one.
Yeah, he can shoot too.
Where does he go?
He's actually.
He's in a Euro League.
Oh, he's in the Euro.
Oh, he's in the Euro League. Okay, I thought he was in the G League, but I think that's the guy who's expected to be taken second.
Yeah, there's a couple people in G League. I think that's the coolest thing ever that they started doing that G League.
Right? Because you can go to the G League and not be drafted, right?
Yeah,
correct.
You can still make money in the G League, but you just go there and then you get drafted rather than having to go to a college and do that. So, like, I think it's making more players stay in college, and other people are trying to get their bag quicker. So
the guys that don't even want to go to college at all, they're doing that. And then the guys who want to participate in something as cool as March Madness, you little fucker. For those of you who are not watching, just listening, I don't have Tourette's. My cat just decided to jump up here for a second.
He wanted to join.
I think 2 point guards popping off this year. Well, maybe not this year fully for one, but one definitely popping off this year. I think we all knew that he was going to be. I wonder if he will become the greatest Euro player to play in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. If he
Luka's
keeps,
just, yeah,
Luka,
he's looking.
if he keeps up this pace, he will, because he's so young and he's still so good. He would
He's
easily
so
be
good.
probably the best EuroLeague player. He could be competitive. It depends on how long he plays, and how long he keeps it. Like, you can't get injuries, play a plague, all this thing. And he is the face for, I think, a younger generation. Like between him, like Devin Booker, like those are the up and coming star. Like,
Yeah.
people to
I mean,
take
I feel like it's almost like when we were growing up, everyone's like, I want to be LeBron. I want to be LeBron because he's like the best player ever. Now kids are like, I want to be Luka. Like, it's like,
more
go
step.
off. Like, and on the Dallas Mavericks, good for them. Good for them.
They can't do nothing with
It's
it.
just so
can't win
funny
shit.
that they go from Dirk to Luka. And it's just like, how are you guys hitting on these two European guys? Not to say that, I'm just saying it's rare. Like, the Pistons, I remember when they drafted Darko Milicic.
Oh, Darko.
They drafted him second. LeBron was drafted first, then Darko, then Dwayne fucking Wade, and then someone
Carmelo?
else I forget. And that Carmelo Anthony. Actually, I think it was Carmelo first,
And
then
Wade.
Dwayne, and I want to say Bosch was in that draft too.
He might have been.
So,
like,
and what's funny is the Pistons won the championship that year, but they couldn't have shitted the bed worse with that draft.
They could have set themselves up for some major success.
Think about that. That's insane.
Yeah, it's
You didn't need those those certain players that year, I bet. And so
we didn't need them that year, but
because those are both
the
point guards and a shooting guard or small forward. It's technically Carmelo a small forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy. He's not a shooting guard. He's technically a small forward.
Yeah, we definitely didn't need a point guard at the time.
It's just crazy how what could change in one pick, right?
Literally.
But yeah, Luka, did you see that overtime game? I think he scored like 60 something points.
60, 21, and 20.
God,
what is with that?
When he hit that shot to make it to overtime?
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw the clip, but in the background you could see, what was it, the Knicks they were against? You could see the Knicks coach. He was pissed.
and then he did a similar thing where he hit the front of it, got the rebound, and ran the clock out.
Yeah. He's a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he is.
And dude, he's just a freak, and he shoots from everywhere.
He's so tall too. It's ridiculous.
It's fun to watch, and it's cool to be like, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't have a basketball team yet because I just don't know. But if I root for anybody, I say the Mavs. So it's cool to watch them do pretty good. And I like Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's cool, and he owns the Mavs. So let's go. And he hypes that team up. He pours money into the Mavs. So he loves that. And I think that's cool for a franchise owner to actually be constantly part. It's like the Clippers owner. That dude's just wild as fuck.
Steve Baldwin.
Yeah, he's so crazy.
Fucking guy, dude. He's wild.
But yeah, that's been crazy. Who's the other person you're thinking of?
What's his name? I don't remember his name.
Oh yeah, I know him.
No, he just Spider. Didn't he just drop
Spider? Donovan Mitchell.
You're talking about him, his record-breaking night.
And he's been playing good for the Cavs this year.
He's playing good.
Think about how crazy it is to have a team record on a team where LeBron James played
Kyrie
most
Irving.
of his career, and you have a team record.
And you have Kyrie. I mean, don't forget, Kyrie was one of the most prolific like handlers / getting shifty guys for 3 years in Cleveland.
Yeah,
true. But when I think NBA records, I go to LeBron,
of course, because
71 points is insane though, and that's a lot of basketball. I mean, and you can talk about LeBron. I mean, we talk about how close he is to that point. We were just talking about that. 16 games, if he averages 30 points a game, he can beat the record of all times. It's just insane to think you're about to watch that. Yep, that's the thing. When that game gets a little bit closer, dude, we're gonna have to watch the fucking game. That's a moment that's you will probably never see.
Yeah, it was
I'm sure he's hoping for a better season to have this happen. And
I was randomly went to a Yankees D-backs game in Arizona 5 years ago, and all of a sudden everyone pulled out their phones, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" CC Sabathia was about to get his 3,000th strikeout, and it was just really cool to be in an atmosphere of whoa, history is like happening right now. Like this is crazy. Getting 3,000 strikeouts in the MLB.
Oh, you were there at that game?
I was at the game. Yeah, just
Oh.
at the game.
Did you know that was gonna happen?
No, not at all. So
Was
it's
it
just like,
cool?
yeah, it was sick, dude. It was like really cool. Like it was
Hall
like
of Famer.
it was insane to just see. And Yankees fans, they travel everywhere. So it's just like
Did they
it
get
was
it?
very, huh?
Did you get it?
Oh yeah, he got it. It was like,
crazy?
and it was just fun. It was so suspenseful. You're like sitting there and you're like, it was like every pitch was like, everyone just like held their breath because you're like, is this gonna be it? The count would get like 2-1, and you're like, oh, is this gonna be like, is this pitch gonna be the one? And then it happened, and it was just like cheering, and it was just really cool. It was really fun
It's cool. I know it'd be fun to be a part of those type of things.
without even knowing. And I was like, oh, look at this thing. That's pretty sick. Well, I think that's all we got on basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. Nothing too crazy is going on. It's a competitive league. It's fun to watch right now. I mean, as soon as football's over and basketball will be the thing I continue to watch as it heats up for the playoff race too. I would like to try fantasy basketball one year. I think that'd be fun. That's an
That'd
easy
be
way to
fun.
keep up with it.
I would definitely be interested. The only thing is
we would
just
just
that
do-
it's such a long season.
That's
Yeah.
like fantasy hockey. I wanted to do it.
Do
This
you
year, but
do you
then I was
set your
like,
lineup for every game, or is
Every
it like
week.
blocks?
I have
every
no
week.
idea. I
every
think
week. Okay,
Yeah, so I've done it.
could
I've done it
I could
once.
do that.
I've done it once, and it's you set your lineup weekly. It's like baseball. I've done baseball too. That
Oh.
one's hard. That one's really hard. But you set your lineup weekly, and then the points accumulate throughout that week.
Oh, so
Okay, I could handle that.
Yeah, because they
I just-
average out to play about the same games.
Let's do it as a podcast next year.
Yeah, let's do it.
we can do it
Like
now.
it-
You can
we,
get
I guess
GM
we could. Yeah, I guess. How about when football season ends, the end of regular season, we do like
We
a
finish off the rest of
finish
the
off-
basketball season.
rest of basketball season with, and we do like a draft. We just do like
That'd
a
be cool.
random. Yeah, we all know what's going to happen. So
I'm sure we
if
can
I-
get Eric in it.
Yeah, if I get the first pick, I'm taking Luca, just so everyone knows.
I could probably get Nick in it too.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah,
I
you
just-
would.
Look at that. We'll get some people. It'll be cool.
And
be
I
fun.
think so. I want to play a game with you guys before we head into like the actual football. Okay. Saw this on I saw
Ooh.
this on another podcast, and I thought it'd be super fun. You're gonna take today's
No.
current-
Alex invented this game, and if any other podcast does it, they're just fucking copying us.
Okay,
All right,
yep,
go
no.
on.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're gonna take all 32 NFL teams today. Okay, right now in this scenario, I'm gonna name an NFL legend, and you're gonna tell me which team would best be suited to have him on their team.
Ooh, okay, I like
Okay.
this.
Okay, we're gonna start off with a banger, and we're gonna go Jerry Rice. Which team do you think could gain the most from getting a Jerry Rice?
A team that may be signing an old man anyway, and that's the Cowboys.
I would agree.
Who are they signing?
They're rumored to be now. I think this guy's agent started these rumors, but they're rumored to be in talks with T.O.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. We're not.
I think it's T.O.'s agent that is putting that out there, but that is the
He
rumor on
says
the
he
street.
can play all the time. He throws it out there
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh
He
my
looks good
gosh.
shape though. He's still fast as fuck. He raced Tyreek. Did you see how close they were?
No, I didn't. Was it close?
Huh?
He's
Was it
still
close?
fast.
He's
Oh,
still
okay.
fast, bro. He probably still got it, but no, God bless. Yeah, Cowboys would, because Cowboys are going to gain the most because they needed a player like that, and they thought they could get him from Odell, and they didn't. But like immediately, you put a Jerry Rice in with the Dak Prescott, like, dude, and CD Lamb. CD Lamb would be a number. He's our number one now,
He'd be a number 2 for sure.
but he'd be the best number 2 in the league.
He would
literally-
thrive as a number 2.
Yeah. This is what
The
happened
best
with,
thing to happen to CD Lamb, at least for the next few years, is to have a different number 1 next to him.
This is what happened with Juju. AB number 1. Juju was great. The moment AB left, Juju just couldn't like keep up that mentality. But I'm not saying CD can't, but can you imagine if CD was the number 2 guy and the talent that he could have? Okay. We're going to move on to the defensive side of the ball. One of the most prolific
Talk about who I
safeties-
think I am.
safeties
time?
in the game.
Oh.
No, safeties in the game. And I think you
Oh,
guys know where I'm going with this.
Head and shoulders, baby.
Head and shoulders, Troy Polamalu.
Who could
And
benefit
I want
from him?
to, I want to preface this too that the player cannot go back on the team that they like played with. Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
only
not
think it's
fun.
fair. I only think it's fair. Because if I would be like, yo, it's the Steelers. Troy Polamalu, who could use a fun safety, thinking about it. Like my immediate reaction went to the Lions.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Lions too.
Just because they're like so close to making the playoffs.
The DBs
they could use the secondary help a lot. And
literally our best player on defense is our safety, Tracy Walker, who's out for the year. So we could definitely use him.
Oh yeah.
We need help stopping the run in situations that it's obvious they're running, and we need help in the backfield. So
Shit. Well, you got to look at Tampa too a little bit.
Tampa would be, Tampa could use.
Because they're about to make the playoffs, and their defense is their offense has struggled a little bit, but so has their defense.
Yeah.
That whole team is just kind of shut down a little bit. They're getting back up and getting hot again, which is kind of just not the right time. Fucking damn it. But they could really benefit from him too.
Yeah.
But I would say the Lions would probably do the most because the Lions do have a lot of pieces. You just throw someone in there who can play coverage and get a team like sparked energy. Dude, someone like Troy Polamalu makes or breaks a defense. Like that'd be dope. All right, cool. I like that one. Who else?
I'm gonna go with another defensive player. We have 2 more players after this, so we have 5 players total. I'm gonna go to another defensive player, and you already named him, Jay.
Prime time.
And he can't go back to any of the teams he's played for. So he can't go to the Cowboys,
49ers.
can't go to the 49ers, can't go to the Falcons. I don't know if he played for anyone else. Maybe, but we're just gonna go with those 3.
He played for a lot of people. He was
he moved around.
Mm-hmm. He needs a prolific corner that could instantly change. I'm thinking like
the Vikings.
Vikings could, yeah. They don't. Who they have? They have they don't.
Oh, Jerry Rice would have been a good one for Green Bay too. Sorry, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah,
but
that's
Green Bay, yeah.
But anyways, I would say the Vikings because if any team sucks on defense the most out of all those, it's the Vikings. That watching them get their ass whooped by Green Bay. First off, I'm already heated about this. We can talk about that later. But they need like that. They just how the fuck are you gonna let people throw on you like that? Like in big games against big people. They win all these small ones barely and do all this. Like they still are a good team, but they can't like those big game situations, they sucked. They sucked against Cowboys. This is a big game against the Packers. They sucked. They sucked against the Eagles. Like all the teams that they've lost to have been better teams, like legit better teams.
Are you ready for mine? This one's gonna be a little shocker. I think this team's very hot. I think they could use a little defensive presence because their offense is on fire. The Jaguars.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking about the AFC. I
know. No one's thinking about the AFC but me over
Bills.
here.
Okay, we have Chiefs, Bills. Who else?
I mean, you got the Chiefs, you got the Bills, you got the Bengals, I guess.
I mean, you guys are talking playoff picture. If we're going to AFC teams that could really use prime time, talk about the fucking Broncos.
Oh my God, bro.
Well, they're not playoff bound.
I'm talking about right now in the season who would like
in the season who should sign these.
Okay. Yeah.
So it would be playoff bound teams.
Yeah. That's why I went Lions for Polamalu because it's like he's right on that edge of like cool, like we're gonna. Yeah, but I think the Jaguars would be a fun team to see him on.
For sure. All right, what's your last one?
Who'd you say?
Me?
Yeah, you say anybody, Chris?
I haven't.
So. No, you didn't say anybody.
I didn't say anybody?
No, you were eating some chips.
I was just eating chips. I'd probably go Buccaneers. Yeah, I'd probably set that defense up to be completely locked down. Because the front line's good. Yeah, I'd go Bucks.
Hear me out. I would love to see him on the Jets just to see what Sauce Gardner could learn from him.
Yeah, I had that thought too.
That'd be fun.
Just have them on either side.
Yeah.
Ooh, you'd be too afraid to pass.
Anywhere. That'd be insane. Okay. This one, we're going special teams. Who could gain the most from Percy Harvin?
Ooh, that is not who I thought you were going to say.
Who do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to
Devin
go
Hester.
with Devin Hester.
I know. But I want to see What you want from Percy Harvin? Because Devin Hester's too
So no
easy.
Vikings and
No
no
Vikings,
Seahawks.
Bills.
Yeah,
Oh, the Bills too.
no
Yeah.
Bills. Yeah, I want to see what you because Devin Hester's obviously the greatest kick returner ever. Percy Harvin, no slouch himself with that.
No.
Because he can also play wide receiver.
I'm gonna go AFC.
Okay.
I'm gonna go West, and I'm gonna go Chargers because it takes the load off of Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
It takes the load off of what's his face, Michael something Michael. You know what's his name? Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Thank you. I even have him. But like, yeah, and then like they have
They get him as a wide receiver too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they could just use a spark.
I'm going a team that doesn't need a spark and already has been playing lights out, but I think it'd just be fun to see add a weapon to them. The 49ers. It'd be fun to see them get like they're firing on all cylinders, and now you put a crazy kick returner back there.
That team's scary, but anyways,
So scary.
I don't want to say them because I don't want them to be a playoff bound team, but the Packers could really benefit from Percy because on a special teams level, their special teams sucks. In fact, we saw that last year as one of the reasons as to why they lost to the 49ers.
Yes.
But then that gives Rodgers the big weapon that he desperately needs. And yeah, Percy Harvin would be scary on that team.
Yeah, and he'd be playing against his bitter rival.
Right.
Okay. Last but not least, we're going to the running back position. We're going after an ACL tear, comes back and runs 2,000 yards, Mr. Adrian Peterson.
So not just AP, but AP specifically after that.
Yeah, AP specifically, because there's no like crazier like thing to achieve than a year after you tear your ACL, run for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
Well, he played on a lot of teams, so
we're gonna just say no Minnesota Vikings, okay?
What else?
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a stint with the Lions.
And he had a stint, with, the
with the Cowboys. He had a stint with the Commanders.
Yeah, we're just saying no Vikings because that's where he was like prolific. That's where he was like AP. Who needs a running back right now?
Chiefs.
Oh my gosh, that'd be scary. Put the Chiefs with them.
Yeah, because then that would just give a lot of pressure off everybody else.
Would you are not incorrect.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Ooh, the Bill. Yeah, they do need a running back.
That would just make them a super max team.
It really.
I think I would do the same for the like Chiefs, but I get like
Bills totally would for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
It's really hard to even think about this one because I'm gonna go with I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I don't
like Miles Sanders.
I know Miles Sanders, but can you imagine adding crazy running back to that team? They're already scary enough, and that offensive line. I think that's why Miles Sanders is doing so well this year, because the offensive line is crazy.
For sure, he hasn't done much until this year.
No, yeah, so it's like cool.
Yeah, I agree. That was cool, Alex. Well, yeah. I like your little game that you played.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. And I think it's time to talk about football.
Yeah.
Do you want to like eat some kneecaps today? Do you want to get to the kneecap diner? Because I want to. Because what a game!
I'm eating a bag of kneecaps right now, baby. I am so pumped. That was a great game. Did you guys see where? I think it was.
I didn't
play
watch
right before half. Okay, so right before half, they sent out the defense in this formation that put Hutchinson in the backfield, and he kind of was standing by the sideline. So where Justin Fields was, he probably looked over and thought Hutchinson was on the sideline with the guys. That's how weirdly he lined up. And then play comes off. He puts himself in motion into the play, picks him off. That is his third interception this year. He has more interceptions than Sauce Gardner.
He has 3 interceptions?
Yep. 3 interceptions, multiple forced fumbles, multiple the dude deserves defensive player of the year. You can't tell me otherwise.
Rookie?
He's going to get rookie.
That's what I mean. Yeah, defensive rookie of the year.
I was like,
Sorry.
Joey Boat,
I did not mean all together.
Nick.
But defensive rookie of the year for sure. And Jared Goff, my God, one of his best games ever.
You keep saying that year after year, week after week, man. You just keep saying like, oh,
well,
God.
The past few weeks he's been on fire. He has thrown 14 touchdowns without throwing an interception since like week 6 or something like that.
You just jinxed him.
Yeah.
And I just knock on wood.
Yeah. What happened? What happened? Why? How? Maybe you watch the Bears sometimes. Justin Fields can run for crazy yards, but like, does he have no one to pass to? Is he just
No, he has nobody.
He has nobody. If I was the Bears, I wouldn't play him next week. What's the point? He's not going to get any benefit out of. They said that they left him in that Lions game to be destroyed for experience. Okay, good. He got that experience. Don't play him next week. Let him learn on the sideline because you didn't put a fucking team around him. Like you are putting him in a liability spot.
Because holy crap, is he good? He is so good.
He has the potential to be really great. That team just really fucking sucks. That whole team generally is just like they didn't build the system before they got the QB. They got the QB and then are building the system. It's like, depends how you want to look at it.
It's his second
really
year, right?
Really bad thing. Yeah.
Yes.
But like I bet he dips out. I don't think he stays.
You don't think he stays with them? Well, if they don't fix
they
that
got 2
roster
years
fast,
he wants to win.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, right? They got 2 years, but
you got teams. Dude, imagine him on the Jets.
That'd be. I mean, could have happened.
It could have.
Jets fucking blew.
The Jets literally drafted Zach Wilson off one throw that he made against no defense.
Yeah, we understand. But yes.
That's my argument against Malik Willis.
Anyways, I think you guys played fantastic. I'm so excited for this matchup this week. I'm glad you guys got flexed to the night game. I think that's awesome.
Well deserved.
Hey, who called it? Called it last week, and I said they're gonna happen. I'm fucking stoked for you, bro.
It's a huge game.
The only thing I'm upset about is we already touched on it. You touched on it, Justin. Fucking Vikings. Like the one time I'm actually gonna root for them, they completely shit the bed. And so now, not only do the Lions have to beat the Packers, they have to hope that the Seahawks lose too.
And who are the Seahawks
playing? Really?
The Rams.
No.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. So I'm not getting my hopes up because now luckily I'll know before the game whether or not the game matters. But
if I'm a Detroit fan, fuck you, Green Bay. You're gonna lose.
Yeah, no matter what, we need to keep them out of the playoffs and beat them. But
because if they lose, Seahawks
our own implications.
Green Bay wins and they're in, right?
If Green Bay wins, no matter what, with the Seahawks, they're in. But if the Lions beat the Packers, but the Seahawks beat the Rams, the Seahawks are in. The Lions need the Seahawks to lose and to beat the Packers to be in.
Hey, you know what? Let's just go beat the Packers. Let's fuck them up.
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
Yeah,
destroy Aaron Rodgers.
And then I just think it's crazy that you beat them 41-10. Like, and so now this is your question for you before we head on to whatever next. Do you keep Jared Goff as your quarterback?
Yeah, absolutely. If you would have asked me this question going into this year, I think you guys remember I was saying, you know what? He's a bridge quarterback. This is probably his last year with the team type of thing. Now I'm like, no, you have to keep him and use that Rams draft pick to boost the defense and maybe even use your other first round draft pick on the defense. But our offense is where they need to be.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's fun to watch. Good for you guys. Not your 12-5 or whatever you're predicting, but good season.
A lot closer than I thought I was going to be at 1-6.
I know.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait to pull clips from that and make a wonderful reel just about you blowing the fuck up and just what this is now. I dream about that actually. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's gonna be so funny. But well, Chris, I don't think you have much else to say. Good luck. But I think it's time. I think it's time to go to work. I just got off of work, but fuck it. Let's go clock back in. And Alex, you want to take us to the steel mill, buddy?
Oh, I do. You know why I do? Because it's a fucking wonderful week when the Baltimore Ravens can lose a football game, and not just lose a football game, but 2 weeks in a row, Mr. Kenny Pickett is getting experience in comeback games, making really great throws, scrambling to make this throw. What more can you ask for? Najee Harris kind of looks like a running back again sometimes, every now and then.
He's way too inconsistent for my liking.
We're not going to say that he's inconsistent.
Oh!
Jalen, hold on. I'm not going to say he's not going to, because he's my running back. I gotta, bleed black and gold. But Jalen Warren kind of looks like maybe could be taking over some touches though. He's looking really good. He's a running back rookie this year. He's looking really good. Pickett, they couldn't do anything all fucking game, and then for some reason it's like last game too. They couldn't do anything, and then it comes down to the last play, and you just love to see that maybe potentially the Steelers have found another quarterback that could lead them into something. And it took no years to find that quarterback, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, he was very clutch at the end of that game. I can't deny it. He barely had any balls touch the ground. I was super impressed.
My favorite, my favorite stats that
What's
they
that?
provide for the Steelers. It's never Kenny Pickett 15 for 27. It's always final drive. Kenny Pickett 6 for 7, 75 yards and a touchdown. It's just
hey, he gets it done.
Hey, the Baltimore, and they had to come back in that game, which was really cool.
Agreed. That was cool.
You have to blur that.
I
mean, this guy out here.
I am just so impressed though with Mike Tomlin.
Dude.
Like he's about to pull it off.
And what I really, really, really do love is you see these coaches, they're whatever, he's been in a league forever, but before any questions came to the press conference, Damar is from the Pittsburgh area, went to University of Pittsburgh, had a relationship with Mike Tomlin, and he made sure to literally say nothing before getting his thoughts and prayers and his love you out to him, which was really cool. I thought that was really, really cool.
Mike Tomlin is just all class,
all stand-up guy. You cannot.
He's who you want to play for.
I
those
watched
players love
that whole video. It was so cool.
So cool, right?
Just be this guy inspired me. I was he talked about from 12 years old and have vivid memories of him being 12 years old. Just cool that you can remember that connection. And he's a big power. Dude, he didn't even know that.
And I think that's cool too when he said that. It's okay, Tomlin, you're in the community. You are doing things for Pittsburgh. That is so cool. We're gonna go in and we're gonna go in to Acrisure Stadium. I don't know. I think it's Acrisure Stadium. And we're gonna beat the fucking Browns next week, and we're gonna get that 9-8 win.
I'm dead. I hope you beat the Browns.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Sean Watson started to catch back up.
No. 9 for 18.
I just want to jinx
touchdowns.
It a little bit.
No.
No, Mike Tomlin is he's one of those guys where he's genuine when he's talking. You get guys like Bill Belichick who's yeah, I don't really know how to read him. He doesn't answer a lot. You get guys like Russell Wilson who's he's kind of putting on a personality. No, Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin. He's genuine. If he can't tell a reporter something, he just is most of the time is just yeah, well, I'm not really talking about that. We're not going to disclose that information. He's just upfront about everything. He's just very genuine, and I love that.
Yeah,
class act guy, and I think that's just really cool to see the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think I've said it multiple times, but 3 coaches in 70 years or something like that, 6 whatever it is, 60 years. It's ridiculous. So, and it's cool to see Tomlin I really hope that he retires a Steeler and that he doesn't go and coach somewhere else, because I think that'd be the worst thing to see.
I don't see him.
I don't think he will.
I don't think after 15 years. I don't think so either. But
I don't think he's going to retire soon.
I know.
No, he's got a lot of coaching ahead of him.
But he was the youngest coach
with the Steelers.
Win a Super Bowl. He's got forever, dude.
So I'm excited, and if there's nothing better than get a win over the Ravens, even though they didn't have their starting quarterback and stuff, doesn't matter. And to end it with an interception is just a cherry on top. I think it's just like so cool to let your offense go out there and get in V formation and win the game for you.
Well, I'm glad you got that one.
Yeah, because fuck the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the Ravens. They're the
Can't
worst
say
team.
that back. Just let it go.
No, I'm saying it. They're the worst team in the NFL.
That's okay. That's okay.
Nope, it's fine. I think we need Chris's beautiful voice to saddle up.
It is
Saddle up.
time
It is
to
time.
talk about the largest fan base in the NFL. Most of them would tell you they're Super Bowl contenders. The haters will tell you they're Super Bowl pretenders. That big star is worth a lot of money. Here they are. The Cowboy Corner. Justin, fill us in on your thoughts as the Cowboys currently stand.
Man, you said largest fan base, and I took that as the biggest compliment. But then I thought, damn, we have a lot of followers. Like, I'm just one of them.
I think you by far are the biggest fan base.
But I think we're also very passionate. Like, I think if you're a Cowboys fan, like, you are a fucking Cowboys fan, and nothing more, no less. But anyways, yes, a beautiful win. Nice and easy, nothing too crazy. I think we all pretty much predicted that, right? On Thursday night of all games. I forgot it was Thursday night. I can't see. I was trying to recall like you when you played. Oh, but like in the beginning of it, we talked a little bit about it. I think on Friday with each other, but like it didn't look the best. But got a win. I mean, we know our running game was kind of trash thanks to Tony Pollard wasn't in, but Zeke. I mean, they tried. That defense was just pretty tough when it came to the run, or Zeke's just not the same person, or who knows? But I know at the end of the day, Tennessee isn't some walkover. Like their offense may struggle, but they put what's his bucket in, and he actually looked pretty great.
Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he looked great, but I think he looked better than what they've had. He actually got an offense rolling. They seem to have a spark. They just made some bad plays at bad times, but sucks to be on the end of that one where it was almost a loss. Like, at one point it was pretty close, and you're like, "Ooh, this might be a tough game."
Did they pull Tannehill or did he get hurt?
I think he's
No, they pulled him.
They pulled him.
Yeah,
and
they
then
benched him.
And then did they not trust Malik anymore, or
I don't think Vrabel is. I think that's how he says his name. I don't think he likes him. I don't think it's not the organization.
I don't think he does either.
I think it's not the offense that he wants to run. It looks a little different. I think he thinks that they may have wasted a pick. Right, and we got someone better, and that's.
I think that was a move made by the general manager, not Vrabel.
No, and what happened to Henry? Is he hurt too? Like, did they sit him?
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Okay.
Yeah. But either way or not, I think it was great to get a win. Other thing, Eagles lost, so here we are.
You're in a position to win the division.
We can win the division and be the number 1 seed. We could potentially be the number 1 seed.
How shitty is it that a dumb play to the Jaguars, you can't decide your own fate right now? Because you don't have your own fate in your hand, right? You have to have them lose again.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they play against the Giants, who need a win.
No, they don't need a win. They got in.
They got in. Yeah,
they're in.
They did technically just get in.
With that being said, are they actually going to play? Okay, because this is where it gets a little crazy.
Hurts has to play.
First off, it is so cool to even be potential. That this year we could have all gave up as like, oh, no one's going to win the NFC East. The fact that you're sitting here in the last week of the season, you'd be like, damn, yeah, a couple things have to fall in line, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. But like, there is really a 50-50 shot. It's more 33% like that we were going to make it in.
I would say like 50-50 for the pure fact that you are playing the Commanders, who will always play you tough.
Taylor Heineke.
I know.
And they start Carson.
They started Carson, and he did horrible.
So bad.
So bad. But you play the Commanders, who probably aren't going to, but they are.
It's a division game
team, so it's going to be a hard game. And you couldn't have had a better team besides maybe the Cowboys play the Eagles than the Giants, who it's a divisional game. Like, they know them. Is Hurts going to actually play, or do they rest him one more time? Because, well, the thing is if they win, sure, they're fine. If they lose and the Cowboys lose, like, there's still a lot to go has
I
to
think
happen for them to actually like lose out that first round pick, the first round bye.
all right, let me hear me out. So if I'm an Eagles fan or Eagles community thinking, okay, no matter what, we've been the best team all year.
True.
We could lose this next game and still be a 4 seed and have an easy run into the playoffs because when we get Jalen Hurts back, we can still win all those games.
Well, no, I think he's back this week. I think that's the
Oh,
question.
is he back?
I think he's
He
back
hasn't.
this week.
I don't think it's been officially announced.
But
Okay.
I think he can be back.
With or without, I think you could even sit him and be like, hey, it's gonna be okay when it come playoff time, we're gonna play ball. And he's gonna be 100% healthy. There's no what ifs. They could potentially still beat the Giants with Gardner Minshew. They just have to trust the rest of their offense. So it's not a dumb idea for them to sit them, but if they are truly wanting to hold the number 1 seed, they need to play him.
Yeah.
But I still think whether he plays or doesn't play, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's almost like, do you want him to rest now, or do you want to
'Cause it's-
potentially risk not
Exactly.
having him rest the first week of the play? It's like, whoa.
A division game is going to be rough. They're not, and they know he's injured, and they're going to go after him. Like it is going to be purposeful to not hurt him, but to basically go after him. So,
What the fuck
that's
him
so
up?
crazy. It's so crazy, but I'm excited. I think it'll be fine. I think as a Cowboys fan, this is the part of the year where like, okay, we're making it in the playoffs. But here's the thing: when it comes to the playoffs, we're gonna shit the bed. Week 1, first game, second game. It doesn't like. There has been not a lot of hope for us in the past. Right? They get us halfway there. We lose the Rams 1 year. They made it to the fucking Super Bowl that year, I believe.
Do you get the first seed if you win and Eagles lose over the Vikings?
I don't know. I think the Vikings.
No, not the okay. So the Vikings have no chance at the first seed anymore, I don't think. It's actually the 49ers. I'm pretty sure that they would be
We would be
competing
too.
with the first seed with.
Yeah, 12-4, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I say if Jalen Hurts is at 90% at least,
You play
you
him.
have to play him because the playoffs are so hard. But if you could secure that the NFC runs through the link and you stay in Philly and you get that bye, like you'd take it.
Danny
Go for
Dimes. I'm counting on you this week. Danny Dimes. Let's go,
I
baby.
mean,
Danny
he looked
Dimes.
damn good too.
Hey,
Yeah.
did you hear them all chanting his name?
Yeah.
So that was
Hey,
cool.
They're so
I mean-
hot and cold with him in New York. It's this
so
year. It's felt like it's Danny Dimes is actually good to fuck this guy to oh my god, like they're just so hit or
They're
miss.
so
with
hot
him.
and cold, anyways.
It's New York
It's
sports
New
teams,
York.
bro.
Yeah, it's New York.
Yeah, but anyways, being a Cowboys fan, I think you're sitting here, you're looking pretty, you're looking excited into the future in the last game of the year, and it's right now it's just what are we gonna do with it? You can do all these things, you can make it this far, but when it comes to playoff football, what are you gonna do? I think we have the team to do it. We just have to play good. This is where you can't fuck up. And I think setting Tony Pollard was good because we needed him to get a break. I think he even send 1 more week too. Throw just Zeke in, we'll be all right. Because even that backup running back of ours from Florida running all over everybody.
Yeah, he didn't do too many yards, but he was looking hard. He looked like a hard runner.
Ran hard.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking hard.
Yeah,
he was looking hard. I checked myself. It was pretty good. Yeah, I think that leads us into like the actual the week,
awkward.
The
week
rest
of
of it.
the week of football. Bucks still beat the Panthers, but like looked good, but then like barely beat. I don't know. Like they finally like look like Tom Brady looked pretty good.
Oh, him and Mike Evans finally got on the same
figured out
page.
how to
They
play
looked
football
great.
together.
But
the one
as a
downfall,
team,
yeah,
still iffy.
maybe I should have put AP on the freaking Bucks because they don't know how to run. Maybe it's the offensive
It's
line.
the offensive line. It's destroyed.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
a lot of injuries this year, don't they?
So many. It is that offensive line is just bare bones at this point.
That's crazy.
That's why they don't really stand a chance.
No,
No.
they're gonna. That's why it's like, but still, like as a Cowboys fan, you do not want to play the Bucks the first round of the playoffs. Tom Brady playoffs. No.
We'll choke. We're known to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you were to ever like have to play him, it would be the year that his offensive line is just this trash, and you got Micah Parsons who could shred. So
But
I mean,
still did a shit ton.
even though he can get the ball out quick, like you're forcing him every single snap to get the ball out quick.
Yeah, you see Michael play with a club too, broke his hand or some shit.
Hell
Did he?
yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Oh,
club.
I missed that.
Let's go. The Patriots beat the Dolphins.
No,
They have a chance.
Yeah, they have a chance. The Giants killed
I
the
don't think they'll
Colts.
get in though.
What the hell is going on in the Colts backfield with their
Well,
quarterback? Like,
one, Nick Foles got injured. And he got injured by that dude that they drafted out of Oregon. I can't say his name. I don't know how to say it.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
And then did you see what he did afterwards? I guess Nick Foles was like injured and he was making snow angels like right next to him as he was injured. And
He didn't
Jeff
know.
Saturday was like, that's a classless act and all that stuff.
Nah,
like,
he didn't. It's whatever. Fuck him.
He didn't know.
no.
Yeah.
If he knew, I'd be like, yeah, douchebag, like classless. But he didn't know. So what Jeff Saturday said was like, all right, dude, I get you're like protecting your guys and you're showing them you go to battle for them, but it was a mistake.
You already talked about it. The Saints beat the Eagles.
That was great.
That was great.
Beat them.
I
Yeah,
know that was the weird part. Is all teams that beat them. We had the Jaguars demolish the Texans. Man, the Texans just look so good and so bad. It's so weird.
They'll get Bryce Young.
Yeah. And then, dude, talk about a team that was like I was so hyped on, but then has just shit the bed every week for the last like fucking 6 weeks. The Jets.
Yeah, they thought they're completely out of it now.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the hell, dude? Like, how do the Pittsburgh Steelers have a chance to make the playoffs?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
But can you believe like
Yeah.
the highs and lows of the season have been crazy? The teams that started hot finished bad, and the teams that started bad are finishing good. It's just I don't think there's been a year like that. I think you've always had consistency. Like, oh, these are the bottom two teams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now
You've had one or two teams that do that where they start good and finish bad, or start bad and finish good. One or two. This is like the entire league.
Yeah, like the Lions Packers are a perfect representation of it. Both teams shit the first 7 weeks, and they've just gone on runs, and it's been cool to see. But damn,
Yeah.
the Chargers finally got healthy.
Yeah.
Finally looking like they're playing football again. The
Jarrett
Steelers.
Stidham
Yeah, dude. Who?
playing his best game.
He looked
They
good.
still lost, but like it came down to overtime, and man, he played really good.
And so does that
Brock Purdy though? That was a good game between the both of them.
It's so annoying when a third, fourth, fifth round draft pick comes in and is just so good. Not annoying, but it's just like, damn.
It's like, oh, we could have had him.
It's like whoever finds these talent, like it's just you guys are doing your job so perfectly. Yeah, basically, bro. Basically.
Well, here's the thing with Purdy. We can't really judge him until next year.
Yeah, I mean,
because next year enough, if he plays, because we already discussed there's going to be a quarterback battle there.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say he plays, then finally these teams will have had enough time and enough film on him to really game plan for him. I still think it's still early in his career for them to game plan too much on him.
Playoffs, what happens then? So if he makes them to the NFC Championship and they lose, what happens?
They play Trey Lance like they always do,
They shouldn't, but
they did.
Really, they would. They would with the guy who
G.
took him to the NFC Championship.
They did it to Jimmy G.
That is true.
They literally did it last year. This year to Jimmy G.
Well, think about it. They owe Trey Lance way more money than they owe Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I feel like you're not wrong. They probably would give him one more chance.
Could you get rid of Brock Purdy and make some money?
You would. Why would you get rid of Brock Purdy though?
But I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't.
The GM is literally sniffing Trey Lance's ass right now. I don't know why they think that.
What does that mean to sniff ass? Are you talking
about?
Just,
yeah, he basically okay. he's like
because that's
Trey Lance can't do anything wrong. It seems like it from we haven't heard any reports of anything at all. So this is all hearsay. But like to get rid of Jimmy G and then unfortunately get hurt, that like you never want to see anybody get hurt, but like unfortunately get hurt and Jimmy G comes in and does this, and then Brock Purdy does this. And was it just 2 weeks of we are trying to figure out how to play football and that's why we were bad? Or was it Trey Lance just not being a good quarterback?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but you're super right. Anyways, we'll see.
throwing one there, and then talking about shit to bed. The Packers, man, they really
All right. Here's my
They shit
most
my bed.
yes. Chris, you can go on your rant and obviously whatever it is, but I feel like I had more part in this game than anybody because I
Because of
had
fantasy?
yes, I was in a fantasy league with Kate and guys, and I have two Vikings player, Justin Jefferson's Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson has been a beast
Why would you
all
start Kirk Cousins?
fucking year because he's been getting points and he's throwing
You're
to
not
Justin
wrong.
Jefferson, and that's
Yeah.
who I have. If Justin Jefferson does well, then Kirk Cousins did decent. It's a game and a strategy. Either way or not, Justin Jefferson had one fucking catch for 2.6 points, and they scored 3 points, right? Or 10 points, something silly like that. Like,
They
I don't
scored
think Kirk Cousins had a touchdown.
17. Kirk Cousins had 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Boo,
So the
garbage ass.
touchdown was nullified by the 3 interceptions because it's too
Boo boo garbage
He is
ass, bro. It
ass.
made me so mad, and I lost my fantasy football league.
What did he give you, like 5
And
points? Did Kirk Cousins give you like 5 or 6 points?
I'm trying to even pull it up, and it just won't even let me
Because
anymore.
he had
It made me sad.
205 yards of touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions, touchdowns cancel each other out. 25 yards is a point.
He had 10
4
points.
Okay,
Justin
10 points.
Jefferson had 2.
Nice.
Chris, all those points, and you guys
Uh-huh.
couldn't get it to St. Brown. 4 points, 8 points. Dante Foreman, Carolina, 3 points. But this is what makes me more mad. Jamal Williams, 22 points. I
On the
should have
bench.
Yep. And then Mozart, 19 points
On
on
the
my
bench.
And literally the only player that had more than 15, I didn't have one player more than 15 points in my championship game. I lost 119 to 74.
That's rough.
Yeah,
You hate to see that happen.
So pissed, bro. So mad. But Kate won. So we all
Good for
know.
you, Kate. Shout out, Kate, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, good job, Kate.
And this begs the question on the last game that we talk about, I guess that's all of them. Is Baker a 2-game quarterback to win you 2 games and then you just leave?
Why did they do really, really, really bad?
He did the same. He's done a similar thing in Carolina the beginning of the year. Came in, I think he lost like his first game, but then played like 2 good games.
That was a better team. And he only went 11 for 19, so it's not like he really did much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Did he is he the guy that comes in and just like,
I don't think he's a starting quarterback. I think he's a really good backup nowadays. This has proven it. But
I just need one more big game out of him.
Yeah, you do. One more.
Which sucks because you don't want
baby.
that draft pick. So which one do you really want?
The big game.
I want to make the playoffs.
Yeah. How close? How long has it been?
Oh yeah, you must be tired.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking late here. How long has it been since you guys had a chance to make the playoffs? Like 10 years?
No.
6 years?
We made the playoffs back in 2015.
Okay, so 7 years.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, and from 2015 to now, it hasn't like you haven't had a chance, even close to a chance.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when was the
Because
last
the
time
Lions
you
are
guys made?
stupid and they got rid of a good coach to replace him with a fat idiot who doesn't know what he's doing.
Who they get rid of?
They got rid of Jim Caldwell, beloved players coach. Brought us to the playoffs.
Yep.
Seemed like he was turning the team around. They were impatient, and we had a dipshit with a bad haircut that we brought over from the Patriots organization to be our GM, and so he obviously wanted his guys in there. So he got rid of Caldwell unfairly and brought in Matt Patricia.
You know who Caldwell?
And they both sucked.
You know who Caldwell reminds me of?
Who's that?
A nicer version of Tomlin. Like,
what do you mean nicer?
Like he just seems.
He's not
like
as like
rough edge. Yeah, like because every time he talked, he seemed very nice, right? But he is
from the hood.
Yeah, but Caldwell, and he just but he was a player coach, cared about his players, and people wanted to play for him.
They loved him.
Wasn't he a Cincinnati coach for a long time?
That was
no. You're thinking of
Lou. No,
they do look alike.
What the fuck is his name? He was there forever.
I thought he did
forever.
You're talking about Jim
Lewis, Marvin Lewis.
There it is. I said Lou, and I was like, Marvin Lewis, bro. Talk about a coach I hated because he knew how to play the Steelers very well with the Red.
Yeah, no, Caldwell was with the Colts actually. And in fact, I think he was the interim coach a year that they went to the Super Bowl and lost.
The year that they went, not Rex Grossman. They beat Rex
The year
Grossman,
that
right?
the Saints would have won it, I believe.
Bro, can we
yeah.
talk about Rex Grossman real quick? Remember him? The Bears? Dude,
Yeah.
what happened after him? He like did nothing after that.
No.
Rex Grossman. I dream about him still sometimes.
I dream about him.
Yeah. I think that's all. That's all the football that we got. Anything you guys have to say? We didn't talk about the Cardinals because they are trash and lost again. Not trash, but
I think most of it is just kind of getting down to the wire. Like some of these teams you don't.
let's talk
But we'll
about
just see.
David Blau getting a start.
Good for him. I
Good
like
for
David
him.
Blau.
He was on the Lions, and then they cut him for this Nick Stunum.
So he played
guy.
at Purdue, and you can look it up. There's a very famous, well now famous, upset win that he had over Ohio State there. You little turd. Go.
The cat got in the thing again.
The cat got me again. And then I forgot who I want to say the Bears drafted him, and he was a backup on the Bears first, and then he was a backup on the Lions, and then they cut him during Hard Knocks, right?
Yeah,
which
and
sucked.
They brought in Nick Stunfield. That's right.
Sudfeld.
Where's that guy at?
Sudfeld. So Blau went to the Vikings from there, and then but I think they're practice squad. So yeah, I'm assuming the Cardinals signed him.
Yeah. Oh, so he played. He was on the Cardinals this week, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he played for the Cardinals this week. He threw 222 for a touchdown. Not bad. Lost, but not bad. Wow, man. Yeah, that's all we got for you guys. Can't wait for the last week of football. And
sad.
Yeah, very sad. Not like the full last week, but and
still.
And if you want to join something special, we are going to have a Super Bowl special, and it is going to be on February 12th. So if you are listening to this, or if you're watching this or whatever, mark your calendar, man. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of good things going on. So
did I agree to this? What's going
on? The Super Bowl watch party, bro. I can't with you guys.
All right. Well, Justin may or may not be in. Obviously.
No, I just wasn't.
Chris literally texted us and said,
"Yeah,
take off the 12th so we can do a Super Bowl watch party."
Text this?
The other day,
a week ago.
Probably a week ago.
No, less than a week. No, less than a week. Less than a week.
Yeah, and so
I can do it
Friday. I think
fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's still like a month and a half out. So this is me telling you, Justin, that on February 12th we have a Super Bowl watch party, and the fun part about it is we will be streaming it live over on Twitch.
Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, huddle next to the TV and watch and listen to a few idiots chat it up while we watch the game
and give their commentation about what the hell the world is doing with the NFL and who is going to be rigged to win the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, Alex might be giving commentation. Okay. I'll be doing commentary.
I do have some stipulations on this.
What is your stipulation?
Okay, bring them.
One, if the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, I'm not.
You won't be a part of it,
and I'm going to the game.
Oh, okay. In Arizona.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We're gonna pay for it, and we're gonna go because who knows when they're gonna do it again. Secondly,
I get it.
Cool. So we'll see you on here.
This would be. Yeah, this would be super controversial because you guys are all really heated. It depends on who's playing, but this will be so fun. It'll be interesting if it really does. If it's some teams we don't care about, I feel some of those things we're gonna say. I'm going to, so sorry.
We would never.
Chris is heated. You hear him trying not to hold himself together. Imagine him actually watching a game.
If the Steelers are in it, I'm coming to the watch party because
you're not.
I'm coming to the watch party.
In it. You're not going to be in there. Don't be even thinking. That's like Chris thinking they're going to make a Super Bowl. You're just going to make the playoffs.
Hey, we have a better playoff record than you do, so I don't want to hear.
I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about this year. This year, you're going to go to the playoffs and barely. You're luckily, Alex, going to the playoffs.
Oh, we're not making it. We haven't even made the playoffs. We still have to win. We have to win. Miami has to lose.
You're in the potential to get there. So if you guys do make the playoffs and somehow make a Super Bowl. Yeah, I bet you'll be at the watch party.
I can tell you right now, that unless the Lions make a miracle run or Tom Brady makes a run, I'm not going to be like too crazy for this game. Like I think it'll be a good Super Bowl for me to live stream without having to worry about what's going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, I just really want the Bills to play the
Eagles
Chiefs for
are
the
in
Super
it.
Bowl.
We're rooting for any team against the Eagles.
No. If the Eagles are in it, I'm rooting for the Eagles. That was my preseason pick for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you'd feel like such an idiot if they won and then you realize that you never made the bet.
Yeah. So maybe I would be rooting against the Eagles.
All right. Well,
All right. Well,
let's wrap this up.
yeah. So we
Talk
have
about. Hey, does Chris know?
I
Thursday night
forgot
game.
about it. Yeah. No, remember we already talked about it
Wait,
last
this
week.
past week wasn't the last Thursday
No,
night game?
it is. It was.
Okay,
It was.
so there is no Thursday night game this
There
week.
Wait,
no
is there,
Thursday.
Chris? What is the
Yes.
Thursday night game?
Chris,
It's
the question this
me
week,
and Alex mud wrestling.
ooh, in bikinis.
Uh,
And the thing that we will ask this week for Chris is not what is the Thursday night game, but it is how many Saturday games are there?
How many Saturday games there are this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Justin, put your hands down.
There's at least 2.
Five.
I kind of want to
4,
say 3, but I'm gonna lock
3.
in 4.
And that is wrong. There is 2.
There's 2.
Oh, you had it. You had it. I even did this.
I
I
didn't
was
see you
even
do
giving
that.
you hints and
I
tips.
will give you a 50-50 chance here to get redemption back. Okay.
You were close on
Yes.
3.
All teams are in which division? AFC or NFC?
That's conference.
All right.
They're all AFC.
They're all AFC. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
All right. And for bonus points, can you guess what divisions they're in? And there's 2 different divisions. They're
Both in
AFC
the
West
AFC. Okay.
and
Wow. Look at you. Now you got a 1 out of 3 shot here.
One more.
I know,
Let's
right?
go.
That was the one I knew for sure.
Who is it?
AFC East?
Wrong. That was
AFC
dumb.
South.
Dummy.
South.
AFC
Yeah.
South.
Titans, Jags.
That's not going to be fun.
No, not well. The Jags, I think, win and they're in. I think that's what it is. So I think it's gonna be fun. They win and they're in.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
that's true.
roll
That'll
over
be
this and do
fun,
the
but
picks right now. Let's just do the picks right now, and we'll roll over. I mean, honestly, how fun would that just be for like part of that podcast? We're just
Let's
rolling
do
right
it.
into it.
Oh yeah, let's do the Saturday game picks. Okay, who do you got? We got the Chiefs and the Raiders. This one's, I mean,
Jeez.
yeah, it's pretty
Chiefs.
easy. Chiefs. Well, hold on,
Unless Stidham brings some magic.
and do the Chiefs sit anybody? Oh,
Are they a lock at where they're seated?
they are they're 13-3.
They're the number
And
1 right now.
They're the
though.
number 1.
It's so, but it's fucked up.
But
because
with
of
the
this
Bills,
one. It was
Bills
Bengals.
Bengals game, we don't know
That's right.
what that outcome's going to be, and we don't know when that game's going to be played. So we I guess we can't really say if they're a lock but if they win
And
the
I'm going to
game,
assume that they're going to play everybody.
yeah, because if they win the game, they're a lock.
Yeah.
And I'm really
Go
tired of
Chiefs.
I'm really tired of the Chiefs being the number 1 seed in the AFC. It's really annoying now. It was
Well, they weren't last year.
it was the Patriots, and now it's just, but all you hear is the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
It was
Well,
the
it's because of
Patriots.
Patrick Mahomes,
I know.
and
I hate
before
him.
it was Brady. So it's
Yeah.
it's the compelling quarterback.
I'm taking the Chiefs too. I don't think there's a question.
No.
And then, like I said, the Jaguars and the Titans in Jacksonville.
Jags.
Yeah, Jags.
Duval.
Duval. Oh, the Jaguars
Okay.
fans vote for teams Week 18 uniforms versus the Titans. That is the
Oh.
number 1 headline when you click on their game. So that
All
tells you anything.
Blacks.
Tells you the all blacks with the gold and that fades the black helmet would be
I actually
sick.
don't really like that helmet.
You're atrocious. And
Sorry.
I think that's all we got for you. Who wants to do socials today? Anyone know where to find us? That's really awesome. You can find us at
I didn't know we had social media.
No, we don't. Not every now and then. We don't have YouTube. We don't have Instagram. We don't have TikTok. We do have
You better
Bleacher,
not search for us.
Bleacher Report. We do have, as Chris said, Pornhub. I think are the only two that we do have.
Yeah, but it's you need a premium account to reach our content.
And so if you want to reach our content there, let us know. We'll teach you how to sign up. We'll teach you the whole ropes, everything. And you can find us at 3 Amigos on all socials.
I hope you edit that out. I hope you edit.
Oh, that's staying in. Oh man, that's good. Yeah. Well, until next week, which will be our final week of regular season, and then we're into the playoffs. Bye.
Goodbye.
You're muted.
Here's the question before we go. Next week, is it just Justin sitting here as a playoff team? Or are the Lions and the Steelers sneaking in?
That is the question. Because Justin, he's already in. His team's in.
Yeah, no matter what, he's at least in.
Mm-hmm. We are on the bubble. We are on the outside looking in, though. That's the rough part.
Yes.
That is the hard part.
I'm going to say that the Lions are also going to be in.
If I had to put money on either team, I'd put money on the Lions being in. Only reason is the Steelers have to have too much to happen to get in. They need Miami to lose, and they need the Patriots to lose. Which I could happen, but the Patriots are playing the Bills, and I don't know how that team's going to be able to handle like the next game coming up and into the playoffs.
All right. Well, the next episode, we normally do winners wear jerseys. Next episode is playoff teams wear jerseys. So we'll see how many jerseys are on the screen next week.
Yeah. And I think that's
you guys take it easy
for sure. Hey, till next week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.